Yo, what is up everybody? VK here, back at it again with another video, and let me tell you, this one is for the ages. We're talking about Rolex. These watches, they're not just timepieces, they're like cultural icons. So many stories, so much history, so much craftsmanship packed into one tiny machine. Whether you're rocking a Seiko or saving up for a Patek, it doesn't matter. You gotta respect the Rolex game. We're diving deep, peeling back the layers, uncovering 10 things about Rolex you probably didn't know. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be looking at your own wrist like, man, I need an upgrade. So buckle up, smash that like button, and let's get right into it. Alright, so picture this. London, 1905. Two dudes, Hans Wilsdorf and Alfred Davis. They had a vision. Not just any vision, they wanted to change the game. Back then, wristwatches, they were seen as fragile, unreliable, basically a fad. But Wilsdorf and Davis, they saw potential. They started a company called Wilsdorf and Davis. Catchy, right? They focused on quality, on precision, on making wristwatches that could actually keep up with the hustle. But they knew they needed a name that screamed global domination. Enter Rolex. Snappy, easy to pronounce in any language, it just worked. In 1908, the name was officially registered, and boom, a legend was born. Little did they know, this little company, it would become synonymous with luxury, with performance, with straight-up success. It's crazy to think over 100 years ago, these two guys in London, they set the wheels in motion for what would become the most iconic watch brand on the planet. Talk about a legacy. Alright, so Rolex wasn't just about a fancy name, they were out there pushing boundaries, innovating like crazy. In 1926, they dropped a bomb on the watch world, the Oyster case. This wasn't just some marketing gimmick, this was a game changer. The Oyster was the world's first waterproof case for a wristwatch. And I'm not talking about just a little splash resistant, I'm talking about real deal dive in the ocean waterproof. To prove it, they got Mercedes Gleitzer, this badass endurance swimmer, to rock the Oyster during her attempt to swim the English Channel. Think about that. The pressure, the cold, the waves crashing over her, and that Oyster, it just kept on ticking. After a grueling swim, she emerged, watch still working perfectly. Talk about a power move. That stunt, it put Rolex on the map. They weren't just making watches, they were making tools that could withstand anything. It's that dedication to durability, to pushing the limits, that's what set Rolex apart. So, we've got waterproof covered, but Rolex wasn't done. They were on a roll, literally. See, back in the day, you had to wind your watch manually every day. It was a pain, and if you forgot, boom, your watch was useless. But in 1931, Rolex changed the game again. They introduced the perpetual rotor, the world's first self-winding mechanism. This thing was revolutionary. It used the natural motion of your wrist, the energy from your everyday movements, to wind the watch. No more winding, no more dead batteries, just pure, perpetual motion. This was huge. It meant Rolex watches were even more reliable, even more practical. It was like magic, but instead of spells, it was pure engineering genius. The perpetual rotor, it became a cornerstone of Rolex's identity. It represented their commitment to innovation, to creating watches that were not just beautiful, but also incredibly functional. Chapter 4, a tool watch for professionals. Rolex could have stopped there, right? But they didn't. They took it a step further, designing watches for specific professions. Take the Submariner, for example, built for the depths. Then there's the GMT Master, for pilots and travelers, empowering professionals to excel. Chapter 5, the iconic Cyclops lens. Okay, let's talk about a small detail that makes a huge difference, the Cyclops lens. This little magnifying bubble on the crystal, it's become synonymous with Rolex. Introduced in the early 1950s, it might seem like a small thing, but it's pure genius. See, the Cyclops lens magnifies the date display, making it much easier to read at a glance. It's a subtle detail, but it speaks volumes about Rolex's attention to detail, their commitment to making every aspect of their watches as functional and user-friendly as possible. The Cyclops wasn't just about practicality, though. It became a design element, a signature that instantly identified a Rolex watch. It's amazing how such a small detail could become so iconic, so instantly recognizable. The Cyclops lens is a testament to the power of design, to the way even the smallest details can make a big impact. It's a reminder that true luxury is often found in the thoughtful details, in the things that elevate functionality to an art form. Chapter 6: Meticulous Craftsmanship. Now, we can't talk about Rolex without talking about their insane attention to detail, their dedication to craftsmanship. Every single Rolex watch, it goes through rigorous testing, more scrutiny than most of us will ever experience in our lives. We're talking water resistance tests, movement accuracy checks, everything is put through the ringer. And get this, Rolex even produces most of their movements in-house. That means they control every step of the process, from the tiniest screw to the final assembly. This level of vertical integration, it's almost unheard of in the watch industry. But for Rolex, it's not about cutting corners, it's about maintaining the highest possible standards. They're not just assembling watches, they're crafting them piece by piece with an almost obsessive attention to detail. It's that dedication to quality, that refusal to compromise. That's what makes a Rolex a Rolex. It's a watch that's built to last, to be passed down through generations, a testament to the enduring power of human craftsmanship. Alright, let's talk about Rolex's presence in the world of sports. You've seen the logos, you've heard the announcers. Rolex is everywhere. From Wimbledon to the Masters, they sponsor some of the most prestigious sporting events on the planet. But it's not just about slapping their logo on a banner. Rolex aligns itself with sports that embody precision, excellence, and the pursuit of greatness. They're drawn to athletes who push boundaries, who strive for perfection, who embody the same values that Rolex holds dear. Think about it. Roger Federer on the court, Tiger Woods on the green. These are individuals at the top of their game, just like Rolex. It's a perfect match, a symbiotic relationship where both parties elevate each other. Rolex's involvement in sports isn't just about marketing. It's about associating themselves with the best of the best, with the relentless pursuit of excellence. It's about recognizing and celebrating those who strive for greatness, who embody the same spirit of innovation and precision that defines Rolex. Chapter 8: The Oyster Perpetual. Let's talk about a watch that encapsulates everything Rolex stands for, the Oyster Perpetual. Launched in the 1930s, it was a game changer, combining the waterproof Oyster case with the self-winding perpetual movement, a technological marvel and a design icon. Clean lines, simple yet elegant dial, versatile for any occasion, built to last, withstand the test of time, a reliable companion for everyday life, a timeless classic, transcending trends. Chapter 9: A status symbol. A Rolex isn't just a watch, it's a statement. It's a symbol of success, of achievement. Owning a Rolex means you've arrived. There's a certain allure to that. But it's not just about showing off. A Rolex represents quality and craftsmanship. It's a reminder that you've earned something special. Chapter 10: Investment Value. Now, this is where things get interesting. A Rolex isn't just a purchase. It can be an investment. Unlike that new car that loses half its value the second you drive it off the lot, a Rolex, it can actually appreciate in value over time. Especially if you've got a rare model, a limited edition, or a vintage piece in pristine condition, you could be sitting on a gold mine. We're talking about watches that fetch astronomical prices at auctions, watches that become family heirlooms, passed down through generations. But it's not just about the money. Owning a Rolex, it's like owning a piece of history, a tangible representation of craftsmanship and heritage. It's a watch that tells a story of innovation, of excellence, of enduring style. So yeah, a Rolex can be a smart investment, but it's more than that. It's an investment in yourself, in your legacy, in something that will stand the test of time. Outro: The enduring legacy of Rolex. And there you have it. 10 fascinating facts about Rolex watches. From their humble beginnings in London to their status as global icons, Rolex has consistently pushed the boundaries of watchmaking. They've created watches that are not just timepieces, but tools, status symbols, and even investments. But most importantly, they've stayed true to their core values: precision, durability, and timeless style. So next time you see that crown logo, remember it's more than just a brand, it's a legacy. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content and hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload. Peace out.